Hi, I'm Lance White, Director of Business Development for IDS. I believe that the steel industry is as much about the people who complete the projects as it is about the projects themselves. To that end, I'm going to be sitting down with a series of my co-workers and colleagues here at IDS to talk to them about what makes IDS different. Joining me today is Mr. Andrew Parks. Andrew's been with the IDS team for 10 years and is a shining example of our internal development program. He started in the summer intern of in 2014, and after earning his BA in architectural engineering at Missouri S&T, he came on full-time in 2015. So welcome, Andrew. Looking back in your first year as a summer internship and considering where you are now in your career, how instrumental was that experience in shaping your management skills and styles today?
Yeah, it definitely just gives you a good introductory platform to base everything around. You don't really get fully invested into any one thing of the project or of the processes along the project, but you get a good snap of every little thing that goes into all of them a little bit.
Gotcha.
And yeah, definitely even just the procedural things, not having to go through that month or however long all the newer employees go through. Already having that done by the time I started my job here at full time, it definitely cut down on the amount of time and effort it took when I was a full-time employee to
Gotcha.
hit the ground running.
So you almost got the orientation progress done
Right.
before. So you started day one as a full-time employee. There wasn't all the training, but that's great. Can you walk me through a little bit the transition of being a summer intern and then now what your typical day looks like as a IDS project manager?
Yeah, more so on when I was an intern or now.
Well, just the differences, how it's different now, like what you learned, I guess, back then, and how you've built that into your style of managing things now.
Right. Yeah. A lot of it was just the guys that were around me at the time, learning kind of bits and pieces of maybe how they did things. I didn't really have any style of my own at that time because I hadn't really ever had a full-time job at the time of having the internship. So yeah, just taking little bits and pieces of maybe how this guy talks to customers or how this guy goes through his emails, and kind of just trying to form my own way of doing things. And yeah, definitely learning under those guys that were here at the time helped
Gotcha.
out a lot.
So what does a typical day look like for an IDS project manager? I know you guys stay very busy when I talk to you guys. So what does your average day look like managing a project here?
Yeah, most of the time when I get in the morning, you never know exactly what you're going to be walking into because we have the overseas teams, and that's been going on overnight, and you kind of just walking in blind sometimes to what you're going to get that morning. So definitely going through the emails, categorizing them, seeing if there's anything that's hot or urgent. Maybe you can still get in contact with some of the remote offices and get a little bit more information about something real quick before they head home for the day. But then after that, it's if you have scheduled meetings or phone calls, and just trying to manage all of that time and jumping back and forth in between jobs and trying to keep it all straight.
And lots of phone calls and lots of emails all day long. That's usually what I hear from a lot of you guys. So you're in kind of a rare position with IDS. Your entire professional career since college has been with the IDS team for the past, I guess, going on 11 years now. So what has made you stay? Like what makes IDS a good fit for you?
Yeah, I know looking back on it at the time, it wouldn't have really mattered, but I really like that I go home every night. I'm with my family every night. With this particular role, I don't need to or have to do a lot of traveling. Most of it's phone calls and emails, and that works out really well for me and my family. And over the years, just added, seems like they're always trying to do something or get better at something, whether it's just the benefits of you can work from home or things like that, or the teams trying to get everybody on the same page. And it just seems like it's always a molding process of trying to be better.
Yeah, since I've been here, I've noticed quality of life and company culture, it plays a big role in all of us. A lot of us have a lot of freedom to make our schedules work around our families and that kind of thing. That's been a big plus for me as well.
Yeah.
All right, there's no hard questions, but I am going to ask one question that sometimes gets a sensitive answer. There's often a stigma surrounding overseas detailing in this industry. I'm sure in the last 10 years you've heard a lot about it. From your perspective, like what is the most common misconception about it, and how do you think like IDS deals with that?
Right. Yeah. Again, this is the only job I've had in this industry and really at all. And that's all I've known is overseas detailing. So it's a little hard for me to really have a different perspective on it besides just that. But yeah, I think a lot of it, maybe the language barriers and the time differentials
Yeah.
play a lot into it. And obviously with us being here on US time and
Yeah.
being able to talk to the customers and stuff helps out a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of our customers that we've been with for a while are, I don't know if you would say getting used to it, or they just know that that's the way it is and
Yeah.
are maybe a little more understanding. It seems like just maybe in the last 5 years or so have become more understanding of it, and are less likely to jump down your throat about something not being done that day.
Yeah, most of our fabricators are pretty realistic when they come to that. Plus, with our overnight team, if there is like an emergency, sometimes we can hopefully take care of that for
some
people.
lighter things can be taken care of. Yeah.
So, last question I really got for you today. In your opinion, what's the biggest advantage for fabricators who choose to work with IDS over another detailing firm? What do you think that we offer that a lot of folks may not?
Right. Yeah. It's probably going back to kind of what I was saying about we're one of the few that I know of, at least, that have the U.S. based team as well. And it just weeds out the fabricators having to deal directly with the overseas detailing, which they may or may not like. Obviously some of them I think have tried that and come back and
Yeah, I think the one-on-one communication they have here in the
Yeah.
St. Louis office is a big advantage we have.
Yeah.
All right, Andrew, you're off the hot seat. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for your last decade of service here with the IDS team. And for all the rest of you watching these series, keep an eye out for the next one. Well, I'll introduce you to another member of our talented team. Thanks.